So, I talked about this in my blog on Tumblr, since unlike Twitter, it allows me to make long posts without some sort of paywall that's happening recently, and I kinda want to talk about it in a YouTube video. I do have an unrelated video planned out for the obscure parts of my internet history, but given the fact that the SMRPG Remake is coming out, like, very soon, like by the time that this video is being made, I do want to make this as soon as possible. But yes, as everyone and their mothers already know, there is a remake for Super Mario RPG coming out this year, this current November. And you can bet that I, as well as plenty of other folks, are excited about it. I mean, hell, recently I bought myself a Nintendo Switch Lite just so I could play the remake. Because, well, it would have been convenient to play the original on an emulator or virtual console. I'd want to experience playing the remake since there's some neat little additions that weren't in the original. TLDR, I am an excited gremlin. That said, I have recently discovered a little indie game known as Another Crusade. That game took the inspiration from the original SNES game, being the fact that it's an RPG with platforming elements. From what I gather, this game was in development for a couple of years and was only picked up by Limited Run Games in the year of our King of Town 2023. Really, if the Mario RPG remake hadn't been announced or made at all, Another Crusade would have had more focus, really. Which is why that even though I am super excited for the remake, I kinda feel a little bit bad for this indie title. Part of me wants to give Another Crusade a chance. However, another part of me is also scared because I've heard that there is some complaints about the difficulty that the early boss fights had, and that does not bode any confidence for someone like me who sucks at video games. Although luckily it seems like that is sort of rectified, but we'll get to that. But really, I don't want to be too harsh on Another Crusade, and there are a couple of reasons for that. One, this was in development before the Super Mario RPG Remake was announced. During development, the legacy of the original game was fading. Two, this was Dragon Vein's first game, so I don't want to fault them too harshly, even with things that some folks are frustrated with. And who knows, maybe they'll learn when it comes to future games and maybe future patches. And three, when it comes to being inspired by Super Mario RPG, I am certainly not the one to criticize. I made a fucking YouTube fanime that was inspired off of Mario RPG's story, which was 7 Guidances to Wishful Safety. Now granted, with the third reason, you could make the argument that 7 Guidances was made in 2019. And around that time, it seemed like everyone was unsure whether or not Nintendo or Square were going to do anything with Mario RPG or not. And let me tell you, I was quite the salty bitch around that point. I made 7 Guidances as a way for me to say, fuck it! If Nintendo nor Square are going to do anything with the story or characters with Super Mario RPG, I'm making my own damn story! And while that is a valid point to make, I can also make a couple of counterpoints. Again, 7 Guidances to Wishful Safety is a fanime to watch, not a video game to play. It was also for the 2019 Weekly Challenge, which means I had to think of a story fast. And two, Another Crusade was in development since 2020, so the unfunny virus era. We were still unsure of what Nintendo nor Square are doing with Super Mario RPG, because seemingly at the time seems like that they were focused on other things around that point. And plus, a video game takes a lot more time than a silly YouTube anime, especially if the latter is made by me. And those are the counterpoints that I wanted to make. All in all, while I'm probably going to be in the Super Mario RPG brain rot for a good while, I still would like to give Another Crusade a shot one of these days. I have heard that the developers have made a patch for the game, which includes an easy mode, which kinda had me a bit of a sigh of relief, I'm gonna be real. I am happy about the fact that they did add in an easy mode. Both this game and the Super Mario RPG Remake having an easy mode, while still having a mode that's the original difficulty is healthy, actually. Anyways, I've rambled on for a good bit, so let's see what your thoughts on this whole matter is. What do you think about Super Mario RPG, the remake, and another Crusade?
I would also ask about your thoughts on 7 guidances to Wishful Safety, but I don't think many folks would even know about it anyways until this freaking video.
But either way, leave your thoughts in the comments. And with that, that is that. This is ChibiJC of YouTube signing out. Goodbye!